All right, I apologize. I noticed that example 4 was the same as example 5, so I backed up and put in the example I meant to do on 4. We're asked to, on all of these problems, to factor fully. And some of them are just grinding through it. Some of them are recognizing patterns. So one thing I noticed on this first one is that all of the numbers are divisible by 2. And so I can get a monomial factor of 2 out. And then hopefully what I have left is easy to factor. So 2 numbers that multiply to give you -3 and add or subtract to give you a -2. Not sure, do your 4 multiplications and double check. But I think that'll work. That'll give me a negative. All I really do is double check my 2 middle. -3x plus 1x will definitely give me my -2x. So I don't check all 4 multiplications because of the things that I picked. I know that my first 2 will multiply and give me x squared, and my last 2 will multiply and give me -3. So my final answer is this. On example 5, we cannot factor out a number, but we should factor out a negative. I really do not like to try to factor these when my y squared is positive. So I'm going to factor out a negative by changing the sign of every term. Okay, so this and the next problem, we can do a little bit of trial and error. Okay. So one thing we know, and I'm just going to keep dragging this negative along, one thing we know is that the 2 things I have to multiply together in the start of this has to give me 3y squared. Well, the only way that can happen, since 3 is prime, is by multiplying 3y by 1y. Okay, that's not so bad. Now I have the factors. The second thing I want to consider, I'm going to totally ignore that 2y. Second thing I have to consider is the factors of 8. So this is the way I taught it in Algebra 2. I did want to show you a slightly faster strategy. It's called AC factoring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this, okay, because the AC factoring has me putting in an extra step that will help me figure this out. By AC, I am literally going to take the A of 3 and the C of -8, and I'm going to multiply them together. So I get a -24. So I am looking for factors of -24 that will give me my +2 over here. So factors of 24, and I'm going to do subtraction because it's a -24. So factors of 24 that subtract to give me 2. Well, I'm just going to, I've got 1 and 12. That's not going to do it. That gives me a difference of 11. 1 and 24. 2 and 12, that difference will give me 10. 3 and 8, that difference, if one of them's negative, will give me 5. 4 and 6, all right, it took me a while to get there. I'm hoping you got to 4 and 6 faster. So we need a -4 and a +6 to give us a +2. So instead of we're going to throw in this extra step that actually helps us. 3y squared, I'm going to write the 2y as plus 6y minus 4y. So it's almost like we're going backwards on that FOIL process. But what it does is it gives me some pretty good hints on how to factor this. So I'm back to my 3y here, and I'm back to my 1y here. So considering the 2 multiplications, these 2 need to multiply numbers to give me these 2. Well, the 3 will only multiply by 2, when we're working with integers. 3 will only multiply by 2 to give me that +6. So now I'm going to take this leftover y, and it needs to be multiplied by -4 to give me my -4y. See how that it reduces our trial and error. Is this going to work? Well, sure. Just walk yourself through the multiplication, same way on the last problem. I'm confident that -4 and +2 are going to give me my -8, and that 3y times y is going to give me my 3y squared. The thing that makes this tougher is having a coefficient in front. But this is our final fully reduced answer. All right, I'm going to stop this video. It's been going on a while. I will see you on the next video.